Are you ready for this beautiful glam? If you are, then watch me transform this beauty. Hi guys, if you're new to my channel, this is Cynthia Makeover, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much and God bless you. Please do not forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. So first thing, we want to clean up the face in order to remove deaths on the face. Then I went ahead to hydrate the skin to give the skin a little bit of hydration. After hydrating, that allowed it to dry into the skin before moisturizing the face. I'm going to be moisturizing the face with my Cetaphil moisturizer. So after moisturizing the face, I'm going to let it dry into the skin before moving on to primer. For primer, I'm going to be using this Kiss Beauty Foundation Primer. This is going to give the makeup a very good base to sit on. So after priming the face, I'm going to allow it to dry into the skin. Then I went ahead to moisturize her lip with my hydrating lip balm from Zaron. After that, moving on to foundation, I'm going to be using this Avour foundation in the shade 05. So I'm going to blending it on her skin using my damp beauty sponge. So while blending, focus on one area. Make sure you blend properly before you move on to the other side. If you start blending all over the face, your foundation is not going to be smooth in the eyes. So blend and focus on one area before moving on to the other side. So it's important to start with a little quantity of foundation, then build it up if you wish. But if you start with too much product on the face, you're going to mess it up. So blend and focus on one side, then move to the other side, blend and focus. And don't forget to get down your neck so that everything will match together. After blending in the foundation, I'm going to be locking it up with my setting spray. After that, I'm going to allow it to dry before moving on to contour. For contour, I'm going to be using my L'Oreal foundation in the shade C7. If you want to contour your face, it's best to use a shade that is 2 to 3 shades darker than the skin to contour the face. Contour helps to add dimension to the face and also help to make certain areas on your face appear slimmer. So after contouring the face, next is to apply my cream blush. I'm going to be using this Newborn Beauty cream blush. I'm going to be applying it above her cheekbone before blending it. So I'm going to be using my beauty sponge to blend it on her cheekbone and a little bit on the tip of her nose. So after blending, next is to highlight the face. I'm going to be using this Flawless Ivy concealer in the shade 407 to highlight the face. So if you want to highlight the face, it's best to use a concealer that is 2 to 3 shades lighter than the skin to highlight the face, depending on how you want your highlight to be. But this shade I'm actually using is just 2 shades lighter than her skin. After that, I'm going to be using my beauty sponge to blend the concealer on the highlighted area. So after highlighting the face, I'm going to be contouring the nose with the same shade I used to contour the face. So after using my flat brush to apply it, I went back using my beauty sponge to blend to avoid any harsh lines. And after that, I'm going to be applying a little lighter concealer on the inner corner of her face because I want the inner corner of her face to be a little highlighted than the outer corner. After that, I'm going to be using my beauty sponge to blend it immediately. So after blending it, next is to set the concealer with my setting powder from Mira Cosmetics in the shade Ginger. But before setting, I went back with my beauty sponge to blend the areas underneath the eyes to avoid creasing. So while setting, be gentle with your setting powder. Don't pack too much setting powder. Take it one step at a time. If your setting powder is too much, you will end up having a cakey look. So make sure you set gently and avoid packing too much setting powder. So you're only setting on the places you highlighted, like the places you applied your concealer. You're going to be using the setting powder just to set the concealer on the highlighted area. After setting the concealer, next is to set the rest of the face. I'm going to be using my Royal Powder palette. I'm just going to take this shade here to set the rest of the face. So while setting the rest of the face, make sure you use the exact shade of your skin tone to set the rest of your face. Do not use a shade lighter or darker. Make sure the shade you're using matches with your skin tone. So after setting the rest of the face, moving on to dry contouring, which is low light contouring, I'm going to be setting the cream contour with this super stay powder. So I'm going to be setting the areas I applied the cream contour. So after that, I'm going to be applying my powdery blush. I'm going to be using this shade from my Tara blush palette and apply it above her cheekbone and a little bit on the tip of her nose. After that, I'm going to be contouring the nose with the same shade I used to contour the face to contour the nose. After that, I'm going to be using my powder brush to blend everything together. After blending everything together, I'm going to be setting the face with my setting spray. This is going to reduce the powder effect and also help all the product that I applied to sit properly into the skin. After that, I'm going to be drying it up immediately. After drying it, I'm going to be baking the face with the same setting powder I used to set the face to bake the face. So after that, I'm going to be brushing her brows with my spoolie brush. So I'm going to be starting with her eyeshadow before the brows. I'm going to be using my Viant eyeshadow base to prime the lid. So it's either use an eyeshadow primer or a concealer to prime the lid. It's going to help your eyeshadow pop and last. So after priming the lid, I'm going to be using my Febble eyeshadow palette. I'm just going to take this shade here and apply it on her lid. So after that, I'm going to be using this orange shade from the same eyeshadow palette to blend out the eyeshadow. I'm just going to apply it on her crease. I'm using it to blend out this eyeshadow I applied first. So after that, I'm going to be using this dark brown shade from my Kylie cheek eyeshadow palette and apply it on the outer corner of her lid. So next, I'm going to be using this shade from my Blossom eyeshadow palette and apply it on the inner corner of her lid. So I'm going to be adding some glitter. This is a glitter glue and glitter. So I first of all used the flat brush to apply small glitter on the inner corner of her lid before going ahead applying glitter on the inner corner of her lid. The glitter glue is going to help the glitters to stay instead of falling out. So after that, I'm going to be using this dark brown shade from my Kylie eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be applying it on her lash line. So after that, I'm going to be drawing her brows with my carrot gel liner and my angled brush, following the shape of her brows. So after drawing the brows, I'm going to be highlighting her brows with the same concealer I used to highlight the face to highlight the brows. So after highlighting, I'm going to be using my blending brush to blend immediately so that it doesn't get dry and look tacky. After that, I'm going to be doing the other brows following the same method. After blending, I'm going to be setting the concealer with this shade from the same powder palette. After setting, I went back with my eyeshadow blending brush to blend again so that everything will look neat and well blended. Then after that, I'm going to be highlighting the top of the brows with her foundation shade I used on her face. So I prefer to use the same shade of foundation I use on the face to highlight the top of the brow so that you can easily blend it without it being very untidy. So instead of using the same concealer I use underneath the brows, I think it's best to use the foundation shade you use on your face to highlight the top of the brow. So after that, I'm going to be taking this shade of powder and apply it on the outer corner of her lip to define the lid. After that, I'm going to be taking this brown shade from my Kylie eyeshadow palette and apply it underneath her lower lash line, like to smoke it out.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away. Cause every time I wake up, I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden, I don't look at anything the
After that, I'm
same
going to
way.
be dusting off the excess fallout from the eyes using my fluffy brush. So next, I'm going to be lining her upper and lower lash line with my carrot gel liner using my
I
angled
never
brush.
really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we can
So
stay
next, I'm going
away.
to be using
Okay,
this dark
okay,
brown shade
maybe we
to
could
blend
change. I
out the
mean, today,
eyeliner.
I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
So next, I'm going to be doing the other eyes following the same method.
Tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue
After
eyes
that, I'm going to be
fade
prepping her
away.
natural lashes with my Zaron mascara in order to give it volume. After prepping the lashes, I'm going to be wearing her these lashes from Kaima Lashes. So I went back applying this orange shade on her crease again because I wanted the orange effect to pop very well. So I went back applying more blush on her cheekbone. So next I'm going to be applying my brow tamer on her brows just to lay it nicely. So next I'm going to be using my Zaron mascara on her lower lashes. Moving on to the lip, I'm going to be lining her lip with this brown color.
Tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. I guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to
After lining her lip, I'm going to be blending it. For lipstick, I'm going to be using this nude. Just gonna apply it in the middle just to brighten up the lips.
as you
So after that, I added some gloss on her lip.
I know you told
Then next, I went back with that contour shade I used to contour the face. I went back applying more
you
of
never
contour so that everything will come out well. I'm also going to be
trying to stay
dusting off
strong and
the
fake a
excess
smile
powder on her
until
face.
I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray. I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away.
After that, I'm going to be using my powder brush to blend everything
As you fade
together.
away. Yeah, I'm about to fade
After
away.
blending
Cause every
everything, I'm
time
going
I
to be
wake up, I feel
setting the
like it's
face with my
Monday.
Keys
Going on,
Beauty
thought of
Spray.
chemicals up in my
After
brain. All
setting the face,
sudden,
I'm
I
going
don't
to
look
allow
at
it to
anything the
dry
same way.
into
Kinda
the
feel the flow of
skin.
thoughts sitting in an
After
ashtray.
drying, I'm
I'm
going to
sorry
be
that I'm
applying
so
some highlighter. I'm going to be
okay.
using my
Just let me
Maivels
be me and stay out
highlighter.
of your
Just
way.
gonna
I can
apply
see the way
it
you look at
on
me,
the
I'm such a
places
disgrace.
I
I
want the
never
highlight to
really
pop.
asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose
After
to
that, I'm going to
stay.
be using
I'll
my
do the
cosmetic
pain
cheek glaze. I'm just gonna apply it on the
you're
places I want the face to
tell me
glow.
what's
This
wrong
is
and
going to help
why
the
you
face to glow.
never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to
After
watch
so
your
after that, I'm
blue
going to
eyes
be setting
fade
the
to
face for
gray.
the last time. Sorry guys, I couldn't record that part. And this is the finished look, guys. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.